Hi guys, this is Belinda B. I had a great time having this interview with Maya, so do like, share and subscribe to this channel and watch the video till the end. You have to be very humble to people.
Okay.
Like your character reflects your brand.
Okay.
So obviously you have to be really nice and at the same time,
Designer, fashion designer and a tailor.
yeah.
Who owns the right on the end product?
The person who really makes the fabric definitely, but not the retail person who actually, like I bought it from.
Okay, right.
And also the designers and the person behind the brand, and when it comes to design wise. So you need to have the quality of perfections for the finishing product.
Okay.
So that represents like the finished product, the quality.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have Miss Belinda B here with me, who's soon to be a fashion designer. Hi Belinda, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Belinda. I'm working as an assistant fashion designer for a brand, Kesigan.
Okay.
And at the same time, I started my own brand, Belinda B, which focuses on earrings, accessories made from laces and all. And recently, I have started my own clothing line.
Okay.
I did my sari pants, like try to get into Indo-Western style, which is already out there actually. It's not something so new. So I wanted to study the market of the people out there so that I can,
Okay.
reach them in my own way of saying what is fashion.
A number of valuable qualities that one should have.
Yeah.
Okay. And to start the career to become a fashion designer, what are those?
Okay, firstly, I think you have to be very humble to people.
Okay.
Like your character reflects your brand.
Okay.
So obviously you have to be really nice. And at the same time, when it comes to design wise, so you need to have the quality of perfections for the finishing product.
Okay.
So that represents like the finished product, the quality is all what it takes.
Okay.
So a designer needs to have the, perfections towards the finishing touch and all. She has to be more nice to people, presents your brand. And you also have to be perfect at your finishing techniques or whatever you do, it has to be perfect because that's going to be the finished product and the quality that you bring. And besides that, you also need to be updated with the current trends, current social issues, politics, or whatever it is, because it's going to affect the fashion later on. So every designer has to, keep up with all those social activities, everything that's going on. They need to understand the trends and all.
Okay, a client of yours comes to you and say that I want a piece to be done. Which will come to your process first, which is whether the style or the trend?
Definitely the style, because the trend changes every time.
Okay.
Like just in a few seconds, it keeps changing all the time. Okay. So the style, your style, remains there forever.
Okay.
It's always there. So it's always good for you to follow the style, understand your own body shapes and all, so that later on you can just put on the trend, follow on, but then still stay still with your style there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you incorporate a raw fabric into a finished product.
Yes.
Do you have what it takes to become a fashion designer?
Okay, I believe I have what it takes to become a fashion designer, but I think it's not just about what it is. Okay. It's about how you believe yourself that if you can do it or not. Even if you can't, I think everybody has like their own plus and like weakness and all. So it's all about giving it a try and believing it that you can do it.
Okay. Right. Because being an Indian, I'm sure that it's kind of a culture shock to our parents when we go and tell them, say, I want to become a fashion designer.
Yeah.
Why is that so? Because probably they don't see the scope.
My parents didn't say no or anything. I didn't even ask them, I want to become a fashion designer, what you think about it. I always wanted to become a designer, but then when it's all about pursuing my studies, I took up accounting, and then when I applied for my further studies in public universities, I just got into creative technology, which has fashion designing into their major list. So I felt like it was just meant to be. And my parents were happy for that. They just do what you want.
Okay.
And even now, I think my mom encourages me in every way And also my dad, he just lets me like do whatever it is as long as,
Exactly.
you're doing what you like.
Individual fashion designer, they have their own, signature style.
Yeah.
Okay. It's your signature style compared to your, whoever you're working for. Are they same or are they two different worlds?
It's definitely two different worlds because
Okay.
I prefer body hugs and I prefer like darker tones of colors.
Okay.
And the brand that I'm working for, Casey Gunn, she's more into like loose fit, more comfortable and colorful, really colorful.
Okay.
So that's definitely two different worlds for me.
Yeah. It's proven here anyway.
Yeah.
That we have, very colorful and,
And
okay.
I love black.
Okay, right. Okay. Yeah. So when you work, such signature style, okay, to come out from there, do you think it's going to be very tough? in future?
Yes, definitely. I think because right now I have to think in a different way. I need to get into her signature styles, but still, she did let me like just be yourself,
Okay.
do it. Maybe she can like add on the designs and all. She did give me a little like freedom.
All right.
That is good. So which I don't really run out of my style.
Okay.
So when I'm coming back to my own brand, I may have a little touch
Influence,
of
yeah.
influence
Yes,
from hers,
yeah.
but yeah, that will be a struggle because I need to bring it back to my own signature style.
Somebody who's like very colorful person. I like to express myself with the colors.
Colours,
Yeah. What is the difference between fashion designer and a tailor? What is the difference between fabric designers and a fashion designer?
Really, a tailor and a fashion designer is totally two different things. A tailor does what you ask for. A designer gives you what you ask for. I think that word is different there. Also, when it comes to textile designers, it's different because they create textures of fabrics.
Okay.
And yeah, when it comes to fashion designer, that's where she mixes up everything, like how a fabrics and a silhouettes and a person. So it's all about, creating something that suits a person. So how to say, it's also like bringing in the new trends. So I think a designer has a tougher choice there.
Okay.
Like she faces more struggles, what I'm trying to say is that she has to make sure every parties
Okay.
gets what they want.
Okay. Right. Get your design, or you kind of like you draw your design first, then you get your fabric. How do you do that? How do you do in your style?
I always get my design first
Okay.
and then choose fabrics.
Okay. Right.
But then at times I also like, when we just go out sourcing for fabrics and then you see like, oh, this is nice, maybe I can do something with these.
Okay. Right.
So that's both ways, but usually I just get my design first and then things like what suits this kind of design, what kind of fabric, yeah.
Is that applied to all fashion designer or it's individual?
I think it's very individual, yeah.
Okay. Everybody is a fashion designer
Yes.
because they influence in Pinterest, they
Yeah.
influence in Instagram,
True.
social media have given them a bigger platform for
Yeah.
them to pick up what they want. They pretty much, they see a picture and then they go and get some fabric which is closer to that.
Yeah.
They get to a tailor,
Yes.
and they get it done, and they can even say this is my own design.
Yes.
Okay. What is design patent? Because most of the international designers, they patent their designs.
Yeah, so yes, because if you don't, there's no difference between you and just another person, right?
Okay.
You need to have your own patents, because every design, it has its own stories and all.
Fashion design.
Okay, for me, I think my drawing skills is not so good, but as long as a designer, the person can visualize it into a piece of like artwork, then that's more than enough. As long as she can picture what's going to be in the end.
How good are you on when it comes to visualize your end product?
Usually, like my previous design, it turned out to be almost like what I wanted it to be. Because at first, you definitely have all kinds of visuals. Then when you put it into the technical process, so there's a little changes that has to be made, like in the way how you sew it and how to make it perfect and all. So there's a little things that actually change.
Okay.
So the final product is a little different from what I visualized, but still it's there.
Comes to you. Okay. She has a design. She knows it because Malaysia is not something which is like, okay, I hand over everything to our fashion designer.
Yes.
Okay. I leave it to her, whatever the fabric that she's going to choose and whatever design she's going to do. I'm just going to hand over everything to her. Is that is that kind of things is happening in Malaysia?
Definitely.
Beside all the top fashion designers.
Okay. I think that in Malaysia, especially Indians, I don't think that happens here because they always get their own ideas. Because they are so much influenced by the celebrities from India, I think. So that's what they want. So when they come to a designer, they tell you, this is what I want. And this is how I want it to end up to look. So I don't really agree with that. Or if I have a customer coming in, asking me something like that, maybe I might add in my own opinions of how it should be on her. A little innovation from that, but I don't think I'm going to do exactly what she asked. Yeah.
So do you think when they already have a designs, they should contact a fashion designer or just a tailor?
Or definitely just a tailor.
Just a tailor.
Yes.
Do you think a fashion designer will accept the job and then deliver to them?
In my case, I try not to take this kind of orders because it may lead to like a copy, like imitations of another designer, which is not supposed to be in fashion, in the fashion field, you know. What's a job? A designer's job is to create something. So when you ask the designer to actually copy from what you already have, then there's no job for the designer there. So it's better to go to a tailor because that's his work, to give what you want.
Who comes with their designs, we stitch for them. We also serve people who comes to us and say, hey, can you help me? I have this fabric, can you help me? Or some people just walk in and say, I need clothes. Okay, we have this 3 category who walks into our place on a daily basis. Then we understand that.
But sometimes you never know that your ideas may just be almost the same. So the end result may look like it's yours, but you may have your own signature that a person can't really copy that. So I think that's important for a designer to have her own style and signature. That's the thing. Or else it's very easy to be like copied and other people are going to claim that it's their design. So if you have what your own style is about, it's very hard for others to actually get to it.
But நீங்க சொன்னீங்க mother on the pant sarees.
Yes,
right?
it's already out there.
It's already out there அப்படின்னுட்டு. So நீங்க பார்த்ததை தான் நீங்க இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. அதை தான் நீங்க வந்து இப்போ வந்து end productல நீங்க பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. So of course you have add on your own touch a bit. Right? But on the base, we have seen somewhere. So in that mean everybody have an ownership of that design.
Okay, that's a tough question. Because I think, yes, I can't really say that is fully mine. I made it because I've seen people wearing saris like with pants, then they just tie it on it. So I wanted to make something easy. So I attached the sari together with the pants and top it with like a modern crop top. So, and also like a bustier top and all. So in that case, there is a little difference like in my own touch of style. But at the same time, maybe someone else might say, oh, that's my idea, you know. So it's really tough. That's the tough thing, I think, to actually get it like your own style.
In Malaysia, how many Indian fashion designers are currently like, very active?
Hariharan Arasu, Amitra Ruchi, SS Couture, Trihamsa, and I think that's all that I know. So.
A lot of people will debate, you have to be a fashion designing school student in order to be, there are a lot of people, like what you mentioned, Hariharan Arasu, they all are complete. So I didn't even go to a fashion school, okay? How people will accept the person who's not qualified fashion designer as a fashion designer? How, as a fashion student, do you see?
Knows how the fashion process is done. Because some people, like, they also call themselves as a designer once they just, this is like the customer goes to them and say, this is what I want. They just do it more like a tailor, and then they call themselves as a designer. So in that case, I don't really agree with that. But when it comes to, you really go through the process that every design needs to go, like from the idea to the idea development and all. So in that case, like even if you don't have a proper study from the background of fashion backgrounds and all, it's fine, because as long as you understand the process, it's done. The design is there, the idea is there. So then you really deserve to be called a designer.
Who is your favorite fashion designer among these people? Bennett Chandran, Farah Khan, Belinda B, Zing Thoi, and Jimmy Choo.
Definitely Bennett Chandran, because ever since I was young, when I know if it's a designer, it's Bennett Chandran. He's the only name that I know, ever since then. And as I keep like going into the fashion industry and all, I do study a lot about him, and I even went for a talk by him from my university's programs and all. So it was really so inspiring to see him like where he is right now. So
challenges, working in fashion industry.
When it comes to challenges, there's a lot that you have to face, because the ones that I've already mentioned earlier, like imitations. Because when you get ideas from, you inspire from a cloth, and then when you innovate it, the style may still be there. So you may be like blamed for like, oh, she's a copycat. So that is one of the challenges. Like community in Malaysia, they don't really get like to support a designer. I think if it's international, definitely they're going to, oh, I'm going to spend however much it is. But when it comes to a small brand out here who's trying to do something, they're afraid to invest in it. They're afraid to like buy it. Like, why is it so expensive? It's too expensive. So when they're willing to, put in for another brand, but not our own local brands, they're not supporting us.
Can we say this? They'd rather own a duplicate of an original from the international brand rather than they own a original brand of a local brand. Yeah,
I think so. That's really true. Because when it comes to like my name, Belinda B, no one knows Belinda B yet. No one knows it. So what it is, like I wear Belinda B, so people is not going to say anything. Oh, that's nothing. So maybe the name is there for them. That's important.
So we need to make the name bigger.
Yes.
And to make the name bigger, I think we need the support and initial support.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I think there are plenty of people are already start understanding local brands. How am I going to be successful? How am I going to be part of this industry?
Yeah, I do, definitely. Because seeing my own boss, Casey Gunn, she has done so many things. So when I see her doing, I'll be like, will I be able to do that? I always have the questions. It's scary, definitely, because you have to meet a lot of people. You need to meet your customers, all kinds of customers. So, and also getting into that phase, I think I've not reached that at all. I'm still,
what is your
I maybe may not know how to advise.
Is it fearing?
Yeah, definitely. It is very, because I've just started.
Okay.
I still have a lot more to go through to reach that successful.
Top, fashion designer have made a statement that over 60 kg people are not supposed to attend fashion show.
Yeah.
What do you all say on that?
Okay, body shaming is something that I think very common that's happening around here. I was 60 kg last time when she said that.
You don't look like one.
I did lose a little weight. But so going through body shaming is something that I think everybody goes through. It is not supposed to be there. No matter what body size a person is, that person is not defined by how they look like. When you're too thin, they say, oh, you're too skinny. When you're like a little chubby, they say, oh, you're so fat. So people will keep saying, so just be you and love yourself for whoever you are.
Okay. Belinda, what do you wanted to say for the viewers, who might be thinking that I want to become a fashion designer? I want to pick up something from the fashion industry, because a lot of people have this, crazy likes for fashion.
Yeah.
Right? What do you want to say to them?
Okay. Fashion is something that everyone likes nowadays. So if you want to, have your future in fashion, just keep going. Just do it. No matter what. If you're not ready, it's fine. Just try. Because I never knew if I was ready. Even now, I'm not sure if I'm ready. But I tried. So I think it's happening over there. I can see my future. So just keep going, keep trying, never give up. That's it. Yeah.
Do you want to say anything?
Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
Okay, let's inspire and inspire.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.